that's the case, do you think that the value creation by this Indian IT services for applications and usage will offset the kind of revenue deflation that is expected from the AI, and over and above that, the sector can grow on that?
Sajid, I think it's going to be hard to kind of yet have an answer to that. It's still very early days. I'm not even too sure whether the IT sector itself has basically a very meaningful kind of answer or a response to this emerging challenge. Um, I think the bigger challenge for the bigger IT services companies is that for them, it's going to require a huge amount of reorientation. They have a large workforce, and many of them still essentially are at the very early stage of their career cycle. So to that extent, one has to really see whether they will be able to offset the emerging opportunity from AI and AI implementation versus the kind of displacement or dislocation that it could lead to in terms of their existing businesses. So that is something which we will have to see. And just to kind of think that if today the revenues are $100, and let's assume that basically AI creates another $20 of opportunity, which means the big question that which we need to probably yet understand is that $20, will it be good enough to offset the kind of deflation which could happen in terms of the existing business, which is $100. So we have to see whether the 100 becomes 80 or it gets even lower. That's something which we will have to see.
Nilesh, what we have seen in the last 3 to 4 quarters play out is many of the IT companies losing between 40 to 50% in value. Mid-tier companies which are trading at 35 times have come down to 24, 25. The top tier, which is trading around 23, 25, is now at 15, 16. Is that the normalized valuation for this kind of sector now?
I still believe that the valuation is more an outcome. I think it's going to be very, very important in terms of basically what's basically going to be the revenue growth outlook and what's going to be the margin profile of these companies. Ultimately, market is a slave of growth, of margins, of cash flows, and earnings. This is really where the market is going to be. And you deliver more, you fetch higher valuations, you deliver less, you get less valuations. We clearly believe that multiples and valuation multiples are more an outcome rather than the kind of input itself. So honestly, I still think at this stage, I don't think that's very important whether they can find support at a particular valuation multiple. Yes, for the short term, the space looks oversold. You might see some basically investors trying to kind of do a trade out there, hoping for a bounce back. So maybe to that extent, maybe in the short term, in the near term, maybe from a price point of view, the worst could be behind. But I think it will be very, very important to know really what the commentary comes out from the IT services companies over the next maybe couple of quarters or so. I think it's only best once we hear them, see what they have to deliver, and then really be able to take that big call.
Interesting.